All right, in this video, I'm going to give you 11 incidents that took place between UAE Indians, means Indians who live in UAE, um, on the mistakes that they made, the blunders or the things they should not have done, because of which they not only lost their job or they lost the opportunity and they got themselves in hot water. So, the reason why I'm sharing this with you is so that you are aware that UAE is a very different market. The culture, the tradition, the stuff that you do maybe in India, Australia, US, Canada, wherever you're from, may not necessarily work in Dubai. So I'll give you 11 examples, no particular order, and maybe you can comment down below and let me know. Oh, do you think they were wrong? Do you think they were not wrong? And which example stood out? Okay. Now, like I told you, I definitely changed their identities. I don't like to reveal who they are. So yeah, and let me give you a little context before I give you these examples. All right. So I just finished having a client call. Okay, just finished having a client call. I'll give you the time right now so you understand. See, it's 3:17, July 26th. Yeah, 3:17 in the morning, not afternoon. Everyone's sleeping. So people have weird, time zones. Okay, I live in a different time zone. So some people, for them, this is a convenient time. So obviously, yeah. And this particular client, I finished the call with this particular client. He's in his 30s, successful guy, but he made one critical mistake. And that was because he was one of the top performers in the company. He started to get a little bit of ego. It went to his head, success, money. He thought he was invincible. Got on the wrong side of the management, started being aggressive. Ego, pride gets to all of us. And it reached a boiling point where they just couldn't take it anymore and they terminated him. And it was a very bad timing because after the new year, it's not a time where you should be on the lookout for a job because organizations have already planned out what the next year is going to be. So they fill up the quotas, they utilize the budget. So it's already moving. So he lost his job. Feb, he became my client. He had to get a job. He had taken a bank loan and there were a couple of personal responsibilities. And he had taken the contract where, for 1 year he wanted mentoring. So we had to change a lot of things. His mannerism, the way he projected himself. And I used to literally guide him every day. He used to go for this interview. Okay, this is what you need to say. You're going to that company. This is how you dress. Change your CV this way. Tone down on the aggressiveness. Be more likable. Or in this one, he was not getting an interview. Go stand right outside the office, and you'll bump into the CEO somewhere. And CEO, sorry, director, manager, whoever, and make sure that you hand it over to him because there are vacancies, but it's hard. So overall, we succeeded. Only bad news was it was not the position that he dreamt about because you always want to be a little higher. So he got slightly lower. Salary was more or less the same. That was another disappointment because he wanted a higher salary. But then, I always tell people better grab a job that is at least 80% to what you expect, if not 100%. And after you get the job, then you look out for something better. Okay, so it's better to at least have something. So Feb, March, April, May, June, July. So 5 months, we succeeded. I have always told you it takes minimum at least 6 months. 3 months if you're exceptionally lucky, 6 months normal, 6 months to 1 year. Okay. So during the mentoring process, I also take down notes. I keep notes because, when you deal with multiple clients, you should know what you spoke to the guy last time. So I keep these Google Docs. So I remember sharing these examples with him and I'd compiled them together to make a video. So that's why I'm sharing them with you. So if you are in a company searching for a job or new opportunity, or you just don't know the UAE environment, these examples will help you. So let's start in no particular order. The first one is this guy, he got terminated Indian chap. All these are Indians, huh? This Indian chap got terminated, lost his job, engineer, because he tried to organize a mutiny. I know that's very rare. It's like a ship or something, against the captain. Um, Slight backstory without giving you details. The owner was taking advantage of all the guys. He had promised them overtime. He never paid them. He made them do work beyond normal working hours. In fact, he used to make them work even during off days. Now, obviously, you'll say that, hey, that is very wrong. Yes, you're right. It's very wrong. But if you don't like a company and you don't like the owner, my general advice is leave the company. Leave the company, apply somewhere else. Don't fight with the company, don't fight with the owner, and most importantly, don't try this jumblux of, hey, come, we'll come together and we'll protest. And so he must have thought he's in India and this is like a labor union, labor union, Mazdood, Zindabad, all that bullshit. He managed to get everyone to come together, managed to collect everyone's signature. Little did he know that one among them was a spy for the management, HR. He still doesn't know who it is, although he has doubts. And information kept getting leaked to the owner. Owner kept collecting all the evidence with the names. And one fine day, when they least expected, he just, boom, came down right there. And obviously, they couldn't do anything because, he not only came there, he came with an Arab local guy, powerful, connected. Someone his sponsor knew, and called them up and said, you have been terminated because you tried to organize a mutiny. And he did it in front of everyone. And here are the evidence. This is, and if you do not cooperate, we will go ahead legally and make a court case on you. So, well, suddenly everyone's blood drained from their face, and everyone betrayed him and told him, sir, you take him. We are happy with this company. And he, being the union leader, well, he got not only crucified, he had to also pay penalties, whereby he had to forfeit his gratuity, he had to forfeit his, benefits that he had, some extra benefits, whatever. And he was not just terminated, he was issued a ban whereby he cannot come back to work. This guy who organized a mutiny got in touch with me from India. And even why he got in touch with me is, even though he got job offers, nobody was giving him a job. Nobody could give him a job or a visa because he had this legal case opened up. So it was a live one. And also because of the ban. So now his UAE career is, I told him, at least for the next 5 years, I don't think anything is going to happen. And if the owner is very vindictive, he will continue putting case after case because he has your details. And if he has contacts and connections, you might as well say goodbye to the UAE dream and try somewhere else. Unfortunate because, the guy was hardworking. Only thing is, he tried to maybe watch too many Hindi movies, Mazdoor Union, Zindabad, that kind of bullshit. So that's example number one. Don't try to organize a mutiny. Don't try to create a protest. It's not legal in some countries, and in some other countries, you can actually be jailed for a very long time. Number two, this goes without saying, Baba, you are a citizen of India. Yes, you have benefits in India. Yes. But the minute you come to UAE, you are an Indian. You do not have benefits of India in UAE. You have the benefits which the UAE government will give you because they are generous or they're kind or they're courteous, but you're not superior or you're not equal to a Emirati or a citizen of their country. And especially if you are a non-Muslim, let's say Hindu or Christian, that also works more against you. So this guy, he ended up having a fight with a Emirati local shokal. And the local shokal was working in the company. He was not in a very senior role or anything. He was, happy-go-lucky, same position, whatever. But they had a disagreement. It started off at some boardroom presentation or something. He gave an opinion. He had a different opinion. So the Emirati guy kind of embarrassed him when he was giving a presentation, which this guy did not like. And so, lo and behold, the enmity started from there. And at every step of the way, the Indian guy made sure that he would put this local guy in his place by, publicly telling him, no, you're wrong, no, you don't know, no, you're this, no, you're that. Until one day, the local couldn't take it anymore, and he decided to take things legally, his country, right? And when the company owner came to know that this guy is taking things legal, it's going to involve the ministry, is going to involve so and so, he had to sit down with him. But the local guy, he sat down with both of them. Local guy didn't want to listen, and he made it very clear that if they didn't get rid of him, he would proceed with the complaint to the ministry and say that he was unfairly treated, racism, all that bullshit. So the management had no other choice. They tried to put him in a different department. They tried to demote him or whatever, just to keep the local guy happy. But the local guy was after his blood, and blood, not literally. He was after his pound of flesh, and made sure that the management eventually had to get rid of him. He was not a star performer, a star player. The only silver lining in all this is after months of unemployment, he finally managed to get a job. Nothing great, but I guess this time he decided no more fights with Emirati locals. Okay, so that's one of the advice that I did give this guy is do not mention on social media, disable all your social media, because that Emirati guy will definitely want to figure out where you're working next, and maybe he can cause problems in the next workplace. So he's totally off social media, and he has kept it that way. So everyone's happy. Yeah. Number 3, something you should not do is piss off your boss. This is more or less common with the example of this client of mine. Star performer, highest sales, doing very well. Clients love him, customers love him. Management is impressed with his performance. But BUTT, the biggest one is if you do not get along with your boss, your manager, and on top of that, one is you don't get along with your boss, and the second one is if your boss is close to the owner, that's another bigger red flag. And number 3 is if the guy has been with the company for many years, more than you, so he definitely has a clout and hold in his company. So the management tried its level best to, keep their egos in check, but they would always fight like, having 2 cats, and they look at each other, and their tail goes up and hair stands, and they go like this, like a karate kung fu movie. So they used to keep clashing and butting heads, and this caused a kind of a negative environment for everyone in the company. Eventually, lucky in this one, they didn't terminate him, but they did speak to this guy and said, see, the owner spoke to him and said, see, I'll support you, get another job. It's not working out for you here. It's only going to be miserable. The owner had a heart-to-heart conversation. It was a little hard for him to swallow, but eventually he was thankful. That guy got in touch with me, and lucky for him, because he was good in sales, he got employed straight away after a month of tendering his resignation. So that was a good thing. And lucky for him, also another thing is because the boss he didn't get along, but the owner he got along very well. So the owner put in a good recommendation. So lucky he got a good boss. Yeah. So this was good. Point number 4. Oh yes, this is something I am guilty of, but I didn't get terminated. But this guy did. And what did he do? He had an affair with one of the office colleagues, females in the office. So you must be asking yourself, so you had an affair, so why do you terminate the person? Yeah, the problem is you're a guy. So the guy is always looked upon as strong, the bad guy, especially in a breakup. Girl is always looked as a victim, as a sad thing. They had a full-fledged affair. Everything was fine. Nobody had any problem. The problem occurred when they made it public that they were in love. The problem occurred when they started involving them, the office colleagues, in their day-to-day celebrations, parties, inviting them home. And they had even announced that they're getting engaged and married. Unfortunately, at some point, the guy realized this is not the girl who I want to get married to. There were a couple of personal details which I don't want to speak about. And he broke off the marriage, broke off the agreed date. And because of that, that girl spiraled out of control in terms of depression. She was not a psychotic female, but she was very emotional. And this made all the people in the office not like the guy. Okay, he was not a star performer, just an average guy. Nobody wanted to talk to him, nobody wanted to deal with him. It became increasingly suffocating. The management, obviously, you can't terminate a guy for having an affair because it was not officially written in the books, but it's common sense. So, because everyone gave him a cold shoulder, he couldn't take it anymore. After a few months, I think 6+ or something, he realized things are not working out here. Nobody's going to forget because the girl didn't get another replacement. Eventually, after nearly months of suffering, I think after a year, finally, he managed to get something and he left. And I think he has realized his mistake ever since. So he's not having any more affairs within the office premises. Don't have. Okay, that's number 4. Number 5. Yes, this one is fantastic. Okay. This is fantastic and silly. And by the way, since 16 minutes are over, I'll make another part 2 of this. I don't want to give everything and bore you guys to death. So let's keep it the last one. Number 5. Oh, always remember Dubai is a very small marketplace, very tiny. So, like they say, if you cough here or sneeze here, they'll hear it there. If you want to get explicit, if you fart here, they'll get the smell over there. So this particular gentleman, he was not the one who contacted me. The HR of the firm contacted me because he had placed him there many years ago, and he was a close friend. So, so what happened was this particular chap, he was looking out for a job, and he was very ambitious. He was going around in the industry, and the problem is Dubai being a small place in the industry, everyone knows everyone. So he went to this other company, got selected, was very impressive. And the mistake that he did was, I think at the final interview, when the owner asked him, your company is a competitor to mine, and how will you, they are far more better. How will you, manage to overtake them or whatever? He started to badmouth the company, which is something you should not do. He started badmouth. He started to literally leak the secrets of the old company on things he shouldn't have said. And then I think if he had stopped there also, it would have been okay, although maybe he would not get selected. But where it was unacceptable is where he started bad mouthing the owner. And even though both the companies were hardcore competitors, what he didn't know is both the owners, even though they were not the best of friends, but they would talk to each other. So see, always remember, in business, the enemy of my enemy is my friend. And given the fact that this guy badmouthed the owner of that company in ways that were not acceptable, he told him, I'll get back to you. This guy thought, see, I am in the good books. The owner contacted the HR to inform him why he's not taking this guy. And he didn't stop there. He told the HR, contact the HR of this old company and let him know that this employee of his is, saying all this about the company. And he didn't stop there. I don't know for what reason, what triggered him, but the owner spoke to the owner finally. They both spoke. Maybe they knew each other from ages, or maybe, they're both competitors, but he played a strategic chess move to be in his good books. So he spilled out the beans, and this chap who was, working in the company, was given his papers. They didn't renew his contract, basically. Only good thing, the only silver lining is the owner of the company didn't put a ban on him and informed him, gave him 6 months in advance notice before the due date that we're not going to renew your contract, but he gave it to him on his face. He told him, this is so and so. We're not going to renew your contract, and this is the reason. So if you work 100%, you do everything nice, we take a good shake hand, I'll let you go in peace with your proper gratuity. But if you play games and if you badmouth anyone or spread this, you're going to be in serious trouble. So the guy knew who his boss was, what he was capable of. I don't think he wanted any trouble. So, yeah. Okay, so these are the 5 examples. I hope you got some words of wisdom, 20 minutes. Yeah. Would you like part 2 of this? If yes, please comment down below. I would love to share part 2 with you guys. That is if you guys are interested. So I'm not asking much. Just comment down below. I've watched the whole video. I would like part 2. Because trust me when I say this, these stories, true stories that I share with you, they have, wonderful lessons, like a moral of the story, wisdom of the ages that are very necessary in order to succeed, survive, and thrive. Like they say, this is the stuff they don't teach you in Harvard Business School. All right. Good, bad, ugly, feel free, comment down below, which is the example that stood out. And do comment, do you want part 2 of this? If yes, trust me, I'll put it out in 1 or 2 days. True stories. Hope you learn something from them. All right, you guys take care. This is me signing off. Yeah, bye.